Hey Josh, I just tried a shoe on without a sock.
I fucking hate you, Nico. I hope you get some sort of fucking infection. You deserve it at that point.
In the greatest world, there sits two guys that talk about the greatest things and the most amazing show ever.
Nah, this is just a bad podcast.
Welcome back to Just a Bad Podcast. As always, I'm your host Nico, and joining me is my amazing co-host Josh. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good at the moment, but I imagine here shortly I'm gonna be getting a little bit angry. So, just give me a second.
All right, I'll give you a second. And while I give you that second, let's talk about Anchor. You good, Josh?
Yeah, just gonna crack this beer really quickly in preparation.
Oh, good. You're going to need that because, you're definitely going to get angry today. Because do you know what we're discussing today?
Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
That's right. We're discussing all the mundane shit that makes you irrationally angry for, I have no idea. It's kind of funny. Um, but this brings us to our first topic, people on the highway. Josh, what's wrong with people on the highway?
Everything. Literally everything is wrong with them. You either get two types of people on the highway. One type of people wants to drive fast and, go at least 5 over the speed limit. And then you get the motherfuckers that don't move out of the left lane, drive the speed limit in the fast lane, and just have absolutely no awareness in general. And then that I come rolling up on the people who just sit in the fast lane. I come rolling up at 90. They're going the fucking speed limit, and then they don't move. They just sit in front of me the entire fucking time. And one of my friends who I used to drive home my freshman year of college and kind of my sophomore year as well, used to tell me that I had a breaking point. She used to have a special name for when we were on the highway and I would lose my shit. She'd just tell me that I popped. The lid is popped. That was it. And I knew exactly what she meant. Like,
The lid is popped?
it means that my frustration has boiled to the top and I can't control what I say or do at that point. Well, I control what I do, but I don't control what I say. And I just get irrationally mad for the rest of the drive. Doesn't matter if somebody's going, say, 10 over the speed limit, still going a decent speed. If I'm going faster than them and they're just, even in the fast lane, can't get over, I just start screaming at them.
Okay. You know what though? I'm all on you. I have like some road rage issues myself. So I'm not even gonna judge you on this one. One time I had this one asshole literally jump out on the fucking highway. Like didn't even use the turn lane, nothing. Just jumped straight into the actual lane, going 20.
Oh my God.
I was going about 60, 70 miles an hour. I had to swerve.
Oh, I would. That. I hate those kind of people because there's always somebody on the highway who either cuts you off going drastically less than you, or they have no idea how to merge and they're going 30 when they're trying to get onto the highway. And I'm like, just speed the fuck up. And then these people won't have to go out of their way to make a spot for you. If you merge on the highway going the speed limit or more, nobody has to fucking move for you unless it's just packed traffic and that's just the way it goes. But that doesn't happen much in Junction.
No, it really doesn't happen much in Junction. What does happen, like a lot that I've noticed too, is people that don't use their fucking blinkers or they use them last goddamn minute.
Yeah, they use it the second they get to the turn. They're like, "Oh, I alerted you," and you're like, "No, I just almost fucking rear-ended you because you decided to slam on your brakes and throw on your blinker at the goddamn turn."
Yeah, like we were pulling out of a fucking parking lot like the other day, trying to make a turn, and this truck out of nowhere just is like, "Oh, this is my turn," and just fucking yanks the wheel. No blinker, no nothing, like just full on, just slowly like slows down a little bit at like last second, and then tries to pull in. And why do people around here drive trucks like it's a fucking race car?
I don't know. I've noticed that as well. Like everybody else in Junction drives fairly slow And then you get trucks who are always going 30 over. Maybe not that much, but they're always hauling ass. And I just don't understand it. Like, what is the appeal to fly around Junction?
Especially in a truck. I will never understand that.
I don't get it either. And they're all. I once saw a truck here drive down the middle of North, like in both lanes, the middle of both lanes, for probably half a mile.
Speaking of fucking driving down both lanes and the road and everything, you know how we have some one-way roads right here,
Mm-hmm.
like in downtown?
Yeah.
I had this one minivan literally driving down the on the wrong way down this way road. And then I had to pull over because I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And she looked at me like I was stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
"Why are you on this side of the road?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, there's like two lanes, but it's a fucking one way."
I. You just brought up harbored anger out of me. I One of my biggest pet peeves when I'm fucking driving is if somebody does something wrong and then you go to pass them or do something and then they either flip you off or stare you down and I'm like, "You put my ass in this situation." Like, don't get mad at me because I'm trying to drive safely and not die by your fucking dumbass.
Exactly. Like the other day too, I was at a stop sign, right? And this guy in this big ass truck didn't know how to drive this big ass truck. And you know why I know how I know he doesn't know how to drive this truck? Because he like had to, yank the wheel a little bit to go into the other lane and then make this wide turn. And he nearly hit me. And I'm like, how did you manage that? It's not even that big of a turn. So I had to put it in reverse and back up a little bit from the stop sign and let him fully get into this parking lot. And when I'm saying like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, he needed the space. No, motherfuckers, he was like 10 feet away from his skirt. Like he wasn't even in his lane the entire time.
He's just in the middle of the road and he needed to reverse.
Just in the middle of the
Oh
road.
my god.
Yeah, I needed to reverse. And I'm not talking like small like intersection. I mean, you could fit two cars comfortably and have like another like car length in between them on each side. So,
I've never met or seen. Occasionally, most of the drivers I see are terrible. Occasionally, I get a couple good ones, but everybody I see basically is just a horrible driver. And they probably think the same about me because I'm probably more reckless than them because I have very little care for my life. But uh, drivers in Junction are the worst. Like, I used to think drivers in Denver were bad, and then I got here, and I've never ever seen worse driver.
it's true what they say. California drivers are bad. I'm not going to deny that. But I have seen more stop signs and red lights ran here than I ever did in California. So that's saying something.
That's a fair point. The only issue I have with California drivers is on the highway because I have found that if you come up on a California driver on the highway, they're always in the left lane. They're almost always going the speed limit to 5 over. Very rarely do you get one just hauling, and they never fucking move out of the way.
This is true.
I'm never. I've gotten one, and I applauded the man as I passed him. I was clapping. I was giving him thumbs up. I was like, "You restored my faith in California."
Oh my god, yeah.
They don't get out of the way, and they're the one state that is consistent like that. Every driver. Texas is kind of like that. Some of their license plates, they're not nearly as bad as California though.
Well, I think Colorado is also the one of the few states. I think it might be the only state. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, if anybody knows like if this is wrong or not, or if there's another state, please go to our Instagram at JABI Productions and just shoot it like slide into our DMs and just tell me, yeah, you're wrong. These are the other states that do this. But I'm pretty sure Colorado is one of the few or is the only state where it is illegal to drive in the left lane constantly.
I don't know about other states in that law, but I know about the Colorado one. It's not enforced very heavily.
No, it's not, but it is a law.
It is a law. I've only seen or heard of one person getting pulled over for it, though.
Moving on. What else makes you angry, Josh?
Anything and everything makes me angry, but people who ask me the same stupid question multiple times, whether it's in a matter of days or weeks, oh my God. Does it... oh, it pisses me off.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask you again, like, what makes you angry, Josh?
No, I had to mentally prepare for this one. Because I know you have seen this face.
I have seen this face. I've seen this one literally firsthand. This was like one of the funniest ones. And this was my funny like okay, I got to say this cuz this is like my funny Josh story.
Okay.
So, me and Josh work together. We've been working together for a long time and we worked together at this college newspaper, right? So, we were doing Secret Santa. And the rules were yeah, you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
The rules are if you get somebody's name, what you do is you got to get them a mug and fill that mug like the coffee mug, like a big ass coffee mugs, you know, something like for them, try to match their personality or whatever, and then just throw some candy in there. That's it. They didn't specify what candy or anything else like that. Well, we work with one guy and he was just not paying attention. Like he has a he really great guy.
Really great
Really
guy.
awesome to work with.
Really nice.
Yeah. Extremely nice, extremely great at his job, but he has this habit that when this is like one of the few people I will say, yeah, he does this, and it's like one of his biggest flaws is he gets so wrapped up in what he's doing, he kind of tones everything out. So, employers, if you ever want a great employee, like literally hire this dude. Um, but he was working on some things while we were going over the rules, just toned everybody out, got his shit done, and then we were sitting there and he was like, "Wait, so I got to get them a mug?" He's like, and somebody was fucking with him. They're like,
It was the EIC, it was our boss.
"Oh yeah, our boss was fucking with him." He's like, "Yeah, you got to get a blank mug, paint it and get candy." And he's like, "I got to paint it?" So, long story short, this went on 5 separate times when they're like, "Yeah, decorate it coolly and all this stuff." And then somebody was like, "No, you don't have to do it." Josh, what happened?
Well, okay. See, he asked several times. Each question, he was like, okay, so I have to make and paint this mug and then find whatever candy. And then when somebody alerted him that no, we did not have to actually make or paint the mug, that you just had to go buy one, he again asked the same goddamn question 4 more times. Oh, so we just have to go buy one? And eventually, after 5-10 minutes of the same shit, I snapped. And I started yelling at him.
Yeah, I remember your exact words. You screamed out, this were your exact words, and this is the only reason why I remember this is because up to this point, I have never seen you like this.
Yeah, I was calm as hell in the office until this moment. And that's when you guys realized I have some anger issues.
Yeah, because it was so funny too. Because you screamed at him, "Jesus fucking Christ! No, you don't have to paint a mug. Go out to fucking Walmart and buy a fucking mug and fill it with fucking candy." And we thought that was just gonna be all, and like you were joking or whatever. No, you got so mad, you stormed out the door and left.
Yep. I just picked up my shit. I said, "All right, this is enough for me tonight. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. I can't handle this."
Yeah, Josh was gone. He left the building completely.
Yeah. I was like, "I love you all. I can't do this right now. This is I don't understand how this took us 15 minutes to explain to him, but those 15 minutes did me in. I was mad the rest of the night too. Like it wasn't I went home and was calm. No, I stayed mad for the rest of the evening for the next like 6 hours until I went to bed.
Oh my god, that's
Like,
oh man.
oh, just
Just as annoying as little kids, like literally in video games. Don't let your 12-year-old play fucking Fortnite.
fuck Fortnite. I hate that game.
Dude, me too.
Although I kind of want to play the new season to see how good Kratos looks in it, but that's pretty much it.
I haven't even played since like the first 2 seasons.
Oh, I haven't either, but my roommate has it on her Switch. And so occasionally she'll bring it out to the main TV and we'll all play.
Yeah, fucking Fortnite, dude. Holy shit. I got so mad at that fucking thing. You know, altogether, actually, you know what? In video games, I cannot use a headset. People piss me off so much. I mute everybody in every single channel.
I mute everybody, but it depends on what game I'm playing because sometimes I'll just use the headset so that I can hear my surroundings. But I mute everybody. Like the second I hear a one voice in a COD game, I immediately pull up the score sheet and mute everybody. I don't even know who, doesn't matter who said it. You could actually be giving me information. Doesn't matter. You're getting muted.
Honestly, I don't blame you on that one. I mute everybody in fucking COD. Some guys like really, it's really interesting to listen to. There's other ones where it's just kids screaming. There was one I was playing one COD match, and we didn't mute the fucking thing, but this guy was talking so horrible. He was not good enough as a player to be talking as much shit as he was.
I love those people who think they're just unreal and talk the most amount of shit, and then you just fuck on them the entire game. You just absolutely demoralize them.
Right? So my friend was playing Search and Destroy, right?
Mhm.
His whole fucking team left. It was just him against 5 guys.
That's bullshit. I'd be so angry.
Dude, he fucking clutched that shit though
No way.
multiple times. I am not fucking kidding you. He like had this fucking like thermal scoped AR and shotgun and everything. He was just running back and forth, or maybe it was like a full on sniper. I forget, but thermal like sniper, like full on just quick scoping shit, and then like dropping smoke, and then just seeing them through the thermal cam, and like he was running around. But this guy was talking so much shit. He's like, "Oh, he's fucking sucks so bad. He has to use a fucking thermal."
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, he just we like just murked your entire team.
When you get 1v6, you can't really talk.
I know, right?
Even if it's with a thermal, like I hate everybody who uses a thermal because I feel like it just takes away from the fun of the game. But if you're clutching up with it, you can't say shit. Cause yeah, it reveals where you're at. Be better. If it's a fucking 1v6, 2 of you will kill him.
Exactly, dude. Like honestly, I like in this guy, this entire match had maybe 3 kills altogether. Kept talking so much shit.
That's like getting a 10 on the ACT and then telling your friend that you're smarter than him. Like, it's just, you make yourself look like an idiot by doing that. And I hate those people, if I'm going to be honest. Hate them.
So I had this friend in high school, and she was like not the brightest. Um, but we were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm so dumb." And somebody was like, "Hey, look on the plus side. You only need 32 IQ points to tie your shoes." And somebody looked at him and he's like, "Bro, she's wearing Velcro." Oh my god.
I miss Velcro shoes.
Dude, I miss Velcro shoes too.
They were the best. There's nothing better than as a kid hitting those Velcro shoes.
Yeah, dude.
Nothing better than the light up Velcro shoes.
Dude, honestly, that and slip-ons.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Moccasins?
Oh man, I would love some moccasins.
I can't go a day without wearing my moccasins in my house.
Oh.
I got them on right now. I got these for my birthday like a month ago.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They're real nice. Real nice.
But anyways, video games.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, honestly, a lot of these days now, I just play Battlefield. But after that, usually I'll play shit with like an awesome campaign just because I don't want to deal with people online.
That's usually what I do. But in the games that I do play multiplayer in, like Destiny 2 or Call of Duty, and actually I recently purchased Rainbow Six Siege, so that game is now too. I get irrationally mad playing multiplayer, especially if I feel like my shots should have hit you and killed you, but I somehow die. I probably nightly when I play multiplayer, I feel like snapping a controller over my knee in every game.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You bought Destiny too?
I've had Destiny 2 since it came out cuz I played the original Destiny like a year after its original launch date.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love that game, but I haven't played it in a while.
Dude, honestly, it's made by one of my favorite companies,
Bungie?
Bungie.
I like Bungie. I really hated where the game was at, like the state of the game a couple months ago, so I have not logged on in a while. But I haven't played since the new expansion dropped.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't even bought it.
Oh, damn.
Playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla right now, which is dope. If you haven't played it, I suggest it.
Oh, I should try that. Yeah, I like Bungie because they made the original Halo trilogy.
Back when those games were
Oh yeah, back in those days when that game was like
beautiful.
it was beautiful. And now they fucking passed it off to 343 Industries, and not to be critical, but I'm getting really like, or be hating. I guess yeah, critical but not hating. Um they keep pushing back their fucking release date for Halo 6.
Did it get pushed again?
Dude, it got pushed again to like next fucking holiday season.
Damn, they're pulling a Cyberpunk.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Yeah, it's not coming out until holiday 2021 now.
Fuck. Because wasn't it supposed to be a launch game with the new Xboxes?
It was indeed supposed to be launched with the new Xboxes.
Damn, they are really falling off.
I know. I like it. Oh,
Although it could help them in the long run with sales because the new Xbox is not doing that well.
I honestly, it's sold out all over the place too.
Well, yeah, but they've also had a bunch of issues.
This is true too. I've heard the PS5 also has had a bunch of issues as well.
Yeah, I imagine so. There's always issues when next gen consoles release, which I don't fully understand is because they take like 8 years to make. How do we not have bug fixes when they come out or all the bugs?
I know, right? Like uh you even have testers for
Right?
this too. Like how are you not catching this shit?
Yeah, and it's always and then they'll pump out like a new console next year with all of the fixes, and so the people with the OGs just get fucked.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's terrible. But have you ever played Dark Souls, Nico?
Dude, no, I have not, and mostly because I suck at video games so bad, Dark Souls will chew me up and spit me out.
Okay, that's fair. I like to think I'm fairly good at video games. I refuse to play this game right now. I have the third one. I'm actually considering buying the first and the second remastered, but oh my god. I know there will be a broken controller while playing this game because there's no difficulty setting. It's like the hardest game of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I just know that if I start this game, especially during the school year, it will make me so angry. I will not think about anything else until I beat it. And so I refuse to play it until summer or winter break. I'm debating it this month, but it's not looking great cuz I'm too angry still. Too angry still.
Too angry at Dark Souls still?
Not even at Dark Souls, just in general that I don't know that starting Dark Souls would be a good idea for me.
Is it because you lose all the time?
No, it's because that game is ridiculous. And I do I don't lose a ton, but I hate losing. There's almost nothing that makes me angrier.
It's the competitive side, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's from my athlete days.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. And the fact that I was raised as the youngest brother with two older brothers who weren't the nicest to me as a child. So my competitive side is quite fierce. Quite fierce.
Are you a sore loser?
I can be.
Oh God.
I try not to be. I try to take my losses with dignity because you can learn stuff from losses and losing, but I despise it. I try to make sure I don't lose very often.
Are you one of those people that gets starts screaming at somebody?
Depends on what I lose in, because I definitely have screamed at people while losing, and I have most definitely called people names for losing to them, specifically my brothers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I actually played one of the last times I played with somebody in Call of Duty. And by the way, I don't do this anymore. I do not do local matches of call it like versus, when you're with friends.
Yeah, you don't do one-on-ones?
Yeah, I do not do that one-on-ones when we're in the same fucking house anymore.
Fair.
Ever.
Fair.
And this is all because of this guy. And he talked shit the entire time that he was winning. He's like, yeah, you fucking suck. You fucking suck. And I'm like sitting there like, dude, I am a foot away from you. These chairs are right next to each other. And the second I fucking won the next round, he started getting in my face, screaming and everything. And I'm like, I'm about to fucking hit you with this controller. Long story short version, I let him win the next round. He talked even more mad shit and kind of pushed me. Yeah, dude. No, that almost got physical really fucking fast until somebody broke it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. It's one thing to talk shit while winning. It's another thing to excessively talk shit, especially when you're in the same room and you're like, we can fucking throw hands right now if you want. Like, I got no issue with it.
Yeah, dude. And this I wish I could say this is like one of those things of, oh, it happened when I was it did happen when I was younger or anything, or like it didn't happen too long ago and that's why I'm so mad. No, this happened like in 2011. I'm still pissed off about this.
I mean, I don't blame you. I've been pissed off at my brothers for shit they did 10 years ago.
No, dude, yeah. I'm still ready to fucking throw hands over that shit.
Yeah. I don't blame you. There's been, when I was growing up, my oldest brother, every time we played Madden, every time, never, ever, ever tried to at least let us have like a drive. He wouldn't give us even a slightest bit of glory. And so when that he bred my competitive side. My oldest brother did. Because I wouldn't be nearly as angry or competitive without him. But he used to just run the score up on us.
Dude, that would annoy the fuck out of me.
I'd be like 8 playing him. I think he's 7, 8 years older than me. So he's 15, 16 when I'm 8 and just absolutely dicking me in Madden. Absolutely never let up. And he always ran the ball. So it was so frustrating. He never threw the ball. He'd score 70 points with just the running back. 3 downs in a row, he's running the fucking dive. And you can't stop it. You can't.
No, I would be pissed. See, I never got into Madden. NFL Blitz. That was a whole nother game.
I love that game.
Dude, it's amazing. Speaking of NFL, dude, I am so mad. The Steelers lost to a fucking team with no name.
I was angry as well, if it makes you feel better.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. 11-0, and they lost to a team with no fucking name.
See,
Oh my god.
I'm only mad that they lost because they ruined the chance to lose a perfect season in the Super Bowl. I love watching that. Nothing made me happier than watching Eli Manning take the Patriots' perfect season away from him. That's all I wanted to see was the Steelers get to the Super Bowl 17-0 and then lose. And it would have been better if it was the Giants.
It would have been better if it was the Giants.
Yeah, that's who took Tom Brady's away with the helmet catch and Eli Manning getting out of the pocket some fucking way after 3 people were on top of him. That game was wild.
Speaking of football and games and fucking quarterbacks, how do you feel about Tim Tebow and switching over to baseball now?
Oh, I don't give a shit that he went to baseball because he's never going to be good enough in the MLB to actually be like a major leaguer. And if he is, more power to him. Like that would be really cool to see him become a MLB Major League Baseball player. But he's never going to be good enough. But Tim Tebow's NFL career, not his college career because he was good in college. I can't necessarily just try to take that away from him. But when he was with the Denver Broncos and everybody was so high on Tim Tebow, I wanted to punch each and every Denver Broncos fan in the throat.
Okay, why? I gotta know.
Okay. So you remember his one most well-known play with the Denver Broncos? Actually, it came against your team, the Steelers, in the playoffs.
When was this again?
This would have been 2010. Tebow time. It was the year the Broncos went 8-8, made it to the wild card, and played the Pittsburgh Steelers in the playoffs, first round of the playoffs. And Broncos really hadn't been playing that well all game, and for some reason, Tim Tebow just figured out always how to move the ball in the fourth quarter. So the Broncos tie it up. Game goes into overtime. They win the toss, so they get the ball first. And on the very first play of overtime, Tim Tebow throws a slant pass. Demaryius Thomas runs a slant. Tim Tebow throws a fucking 18-yard pass. And DT runs for 80 yards and scores and beats the Steelers. But nobody ever says shit about DT doing all the fucking work. It's always how Tim Tebow threw such a beautiful pass. But it's a pass that literally every single NFL quarterback should be able to make.
Oh yeah, 18 yards?
Yes.
Cake. Fuck, even I could make that.
Yeah, you probably could. I don't know if you could make it in the game.
No, definitely not in the game.
But yeah, all of us can throw 18 yards. It's not a hard pass. And in the NFL, 18 yards should be the basis for being an NFL quarterback. If you can't throw a fucking 18-yard pass in the NFL, I don't know how you got there. Somebody really fucked up drafting.
Yeah, but to run 80 yards?
Yeah, the whole DT outran 2 defensive backs on the play. And he caught it in the middle of the field. I think he even broke a tackle to get to the end zone. But nobody ever fucking brings up DT on the play. And I am not even a big DT supporter. I'm not a fan of him, really. He dropped a lot of passes for the Broncos. And I give him all the credit on that play. I knew Tim Tebow wasn't going to be a good NFL quarterback the second I saw a jump pass in college.
What?
Have you know Tim Tebow's famous pass in college was on the goal line. He would jump to throw the pass. And all it showed me was that motherfucker didn't know the depth perception for the ball, where it needed to be placed.
Oh my god.
This was
Oh, well, okay then. Who jumps to pass the ball?
Tim Tebow.
That's
I've
fucking
never seen anybody else do it.
Like, no, that's like that can throw like your fucking throw way off.
Yeah. He was the only quarterback I've ever seen do it. And even remotely successful. And that's when I knew he wasn't going to be an NFL quarterback. And the Broncos traded up to get him.
Wow, triggered. Okay, I just gotta know.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is the one topic that I knew that was just going to absolutely push me over the point.
Oh yeah, keep going. I want to hear all of this.
Oh my god. I love Tim Tebow as a person. I have no issues with him off the field. I don't know how anybody really can. He's pretty much the perfect person. On the field, I have every issue with Tim Tebow. Every issue. Other than his heart. He never gave up in a game, and he always played with effort, and I respect that. But his actual skill, never should have been in the NFL. Fucking Bill Belichick wanted to turn him into a tight end. And then he said no to the greatest coach in NFL history. Well, maybe not greatest coach in NFL history. One of the greatest coaches in NFL history.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's debatable.
Yeah, I said it and I was like, wow, there's Lombardi, there's John Madden, there's a lot of really good coaches, Don Shula. So that's what one of. I'll put him in the top 5. Arguably the best, but he's definitely in the top 5.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. Top 5.
Yeah, I feel like that's a reasonable. I don't know who else you could really put in there outside of Lombardi, Madden, Shula, and Bill.
I don't know. Belichick has done amazing fucking things.
Yeah. He's an evil mastermind. Like, I'll never be fully mad at him because what he's been able to accomplish. And he got fired by the Browns and became arguably the greatest coach, and that just makes me happy. I love seeing the Browns suck because it just feels right. That's who Tim Tebow should have been a quarterback for, is the fucking Browns. That's where he belonged. In the shitter.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I'm sorry for anybody who likes Tim Tebow or thought he was a good NFL quarterback. We wouldn't be friends. I'm just going to say that now.
Okay.
I hate Tim Tebow on the field. Off the field, I have nothing bad to say about him.
You doing okay, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. You kind of happier now that you got all of that off your chest?
Yeah, nobody ever lets me go that long with my Tim Tebow rant, so I'm kind of happy you did.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I might make something either worse or just make you completely lose train of thought if I was like, but hey, wait a minute. But yeah, so I'm just going to move on to my next point. Because also I don't know enough about Tim Tebow to, make a valid point in that.
That's fair. You didn't necessarily have to because you're a Steelers fan. It was no threat.
Yeah, I've never been a Broncos fan ever.
I grew up a Broncos fan.
Yeah, and honestly, like, to fucking argue a point when I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
It would have made me a little angry.
A little angry?
A little bit angry. just a little bit. I don't get super angry with you, but if it was somebody who I didn't necessarily know and who I could tell that they didn't really know anything about Tim Tebow, I might yell at him. And if I don't yell at him, I'm punching him. I don't know where, but in the arm, throat, somewhere.
Wow, just triggered on this?
I don't argue if I have no knowledge on the topic, and I don't understand why people do, because it makes you look like a fucking idiot in the first place, and secondly, it accomplishes nothing. You don't learn anything about the topic, and you just piss the other person off because they can fucking tell you know nothing about the topic. Like, I've had many arguments with people like this, and I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up? Like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've done that too.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It's annoying.
The only acceptable reason to argue with someone without knowing any information on the topic is to play devil's advocate to get them to flesh out their own idea. That I'm okay with because I fucking love playing devil's advocate. I love it.
Why do you love it so much?
Because you can really piss some people off with doing it. And half the time people don't really recognize that I'm just fucking with them or arguing for the sake of arguing when I'm playing it, and it really cracks me up. It gives me a good chuckle. I know I'm a terrible person.
You know, I'm actually really happy with this episode because usually I do like majority of the talking, but this has been kind of nice to just sit back and listen to you ramble like the vast majority of this episode.
Just rant. I knew this was how it was going to turn out. Like you said, Josh, let's do all the shit that makes you irrationally angry. And I said, this is going to be our longest episode, Nico.
Shockingly, well, it's hasn't been our longest episode. It it's getting close to it. But it is the longest you've talked in an episode.
Yep. Yep. And I just hope the listeners understand where I'm coming from with some of these issues. Because I'm really not trying to be a psychopath here. I know I am, but I'm not trying to be.
Oh my god. How do you feel about old people?
Old people?
Yeah,
I don't think they should drive. I think there should be an age limit for when we take driver's license away. But I don't necessarily have an issue with old people because you can't control it.
fair.
Like you can't make yourself younger. So I can't be mad at them, but I'm not always happy with them.
I think one of the best rants I ever saw about like fucking old people uh was there was some guy and he's like, "You know what really pisses me off?"
Old people driving.
No, he's like fucking old people at the grocery store.
Oh my god.
He's like, I get done at the gym and then I go down to the fucking supermarket, go in there to buy a fucking protein shake, and then there's fucking grandma with her 82 cans of ketchup. Why do you need that many jars of ketchup?
Yeah, old people at grocery stores, they they piss me off because I know they can't walk fast, but I always get stuck behind the motherfuckers who are walking like a mile an hour, and I have long legs, so that doesn't work out for me. Like I end up either crashing into them or having to sprint past them basically. Mm. Oh, old people at the grocery store. I understand that you're there for your livelihood, but could you go when there aren't like a ton of people there where you're not going to disrupt anybody's day cuz most of you are retired anyway and wake up at 5 a.m. anyway. So just go when they open. All the all the regular adults, like people our age, aren't going to either they're not going to be up or they're not going to be there. Like my grandma goes to I think it's Walmart for like their senior hour now during the pandemic. I can't remember if it's at 7 or 8, but for that hour, it's just like old people, nobody else is allowed.
Yeah.
That should be mandatory.
How would you enforce that?
You can't come into the store unless it's during your hour. And I'd even be okay with that if they did something like that for people our age. Like if they said 21-year-olds, you're not allowed to come into the store until afternoon.
Well, most of them don't get up until afternoon.
That's why I'd be okay with it. If they gave me a certain time where I had to be at the grocery store, I'd go to the grocery store during that time. Especially if like during the pandemic, if you're a little bit older, why wouldn't you go during the old people hour? It's probably a lot safer.
Yeah, that's fair. But you know what? There's also pickup delivery too, Josh.
True. I actually really like that, but I don't use it enough.
Oh, me either.
It's really clutch though.
Yeah, I've used it like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
My mom uses it all the time. And then she has me go pick it up for her, which I don't necessarily agree with. I'm like, I didn't order these fucking groceries. Go yourself.
Damn, dude, don't even help out your mom.
I always end up going for her, but I'm like, just it would be nice if if you ordered the groceries, you should go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Josh, I feel like you need like smokes like a cigarette or something.
I need several things. Although I have one of them sitting next to me.
What's that thing?
Open beer.
Oh my
I
god.
got my vape sitting next to me as well, but
Vape a little bit. You'll be fine.
'kay.
Dude, I had a vape pen at one point, but the thing was like I think I waited way too long to use it at one point because then it like started doing this little staticky thing and it felt like it was going to explode in my mouth.
What do you mean staticky thing? Like, can you explain that?
Like I don't know what it was. I was like pushing down the button and everything and then it would like do this little like and like yeah, it was just like this giant pop.
A giant. Oh. So that was probably just the coil firing. Cuz I used to have like a big mod vape, and that would happen when like you were hitting it, and sometimes the big pop would just be like an air bubble releasing in as you're hitting it, so the juice like sometimes traps air bubbles in it,
Ah.
and that could just be what it was.
Yeah, I stopped vaping.
I mean, respect. I'm trying. Not going very well, but I'm trying.
Well, oh my god. Also, what's crazy is like there were some people that were like getting fucking holes in their lungs and shit, and like the vape pens breaking. That was the one thing that scared me more was like the fucking vape pens breaking and like lighting on fire and shit. Because I mean, like if you're gonna smoke something, you're doing damage to your lungs.
Yep.
I've accepted that fact.
Hmm.
Like if I'm gonna like literally smoke something, I'm doing damage to my body.
Yeah.
I mean, it's foolish to think, yeah, no repercussions are going to happen in any way, shape, or form. But to have a fucking thing turn like just start burning and lighting on fire while it's in my pocket, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's fair. That's that's fair. It's always a big fear of mine as well, is to have like it blow up in my pocket or something. But typically now on them all you can like lock it so it won't fire or hit while it's in your pocket. So it helps prevent that.
Nice. Have you ever had any break on you though?
Any like what do you mean break? Like I've broken glass on vapes, yeah. I haven't had
You've
any
broken glass on vapes?
yeah, like when I had big mods, um I had one take where it was like bubble glass so it came off the actual like metal piece, so it stuck out a little bit more, and I dropped it and I shattered the glass. But I haven't had like a vape break or die on me. No, I've had them get worse, and I had to get new ones, but none of them have like broken on me.
No, okay.
I've broken a lot of various shit, but I haven't had one like blow up or anything. I know people who had their vapes blow up, but it's typically a lot of the big mods blow up because you can replace the batteries in them.
Yeah.
And most people don't do the correct way to charge the batteries because they have like their own charger port for them and you just rotate them. As long as you do that, it's good. But if you plug it into like a USB with those batteries, it's got a higher chance to blow up because the batteries don't like stop charging when they hit a certain point. So if you leave it on the charger like a USB, micro USB all night, you got a very high chance that it's going to blow up in your room.
That makes sense. Also, what did you mean when you said you had various things break on stuff?
I mean, I've broken like bangers and pipes and what else have I broken? I don't think I didn't break a bong. I've watched my friends break bongs. Like 4th of July, we had 4th of July, I think it was 2 years ago. My friends broke a bong and a rig and I think a pipe all in one night.
Are you guys breaking these things on purpose?
No, our friend just was really drunk and didn't see it. He actually broke two of them. Broke the rig and the bong. It was really funny because they weren't mine. If they were mine, I would have been pissed. I would have been so fucking mad.
Have you ever had one of yours break?
Yes, I actually have broken two bangers this year, and every single time I break one, I just yell, fuck, really loud.
Oh my god. How did you manage to break them?
One of them, I legit snapped in my fingers because I was twisting it off. So I have an any banger, which means you put it in the piece. And so I was twisting it out. I was pulling it out, and I twisted a little too hard, and I just snapped the glass right off.
Oh Jesus.
I cut my finger doing so, but I just like snapped in my hand. And the other one, I did the same thing. I took it out and I just dropped it, and it shattered. And that one, the second time, I broke it at like 10:30 p.m. So I couldn't go get a new one immediately. I wanted to hit myself in the face so bad. I wanted to just be like, you fucking dumbass.
Do you ever punch shit?
All the time. All the time. I don't have good coping methods. So, this concrete wall that I actually have sitting to my left has
Oh
been
Jesus fucking
has been
Christ.
punched. Well, okay. My room, I have one wall that isn't concrete because my house is so old. Just one of my walls isn't sturdy as shit. So it's either I punch a hole in my drywall or I just accept the fact that my knuckles are gonna hurt.
Oh God, I've punched a hole in like through drywall and shit.
I've been really close. I've been really close. I almost punched a hole in my parents' drywall once.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was bad. It was in our garage too, because I just walked out of the house, but I was so mad at I can't remember if it was my brother or my dad, maybe my mom, but I don't think it was my mom. That I just walked out in the garage, punched it. I left a little bit of a dent, and I was like, huh, can't hit there again, or else my hand is going straight through the wall.
Well, at least it was in the garage.
No, dude, they would have been more mad. They have to see that every time. If I would have punched a hole in my basement wall, they would have been like fucking tough shit. Because I have a hole in my door in my room back home. It's not all the way through, but one side of my
What?
door just has a hole in it. Because when we were kids, my oldest brother was fucking with me and my middle brother. And they were playing Guitar Hero, I think. And my middle brother was playing on the hardest difficulty, and my oldest brother was playing on the easiest difficulty. So my middle brother got a higher score, but my oldest brother got more accuracy. And so my oldest brother just kept saying he won, and my middle brother chased him with our airsoft gun, it was a Deagle airsoft gun, but he was holding up the handle,
Yeah.
chasing my oldest brother. And my oldest brother narrowly got into his room and shut the door, and my middle brother just slammed the fucking barrel, or not the barrel, the handle of the gun into the door, leaving just a giant hole in it. It's still there. It's been there for like 15 years. Not that long, but it's at least 10.
And I thought you said you had a hole in your door.
It is my door. But it was my oldest. It's in the basement, so all of us have lived in that room at one moment or not or another. So it was my oldest brother's room when the hole got put there, and the hole has stayed through all of the generations of the room.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So you didn't even put the hole in the door.
No, I put holes in. What wall did I put a hole in? There was one in the basement that I put a hole in, but we fixed it because it was in the main room, and they were like, well, we kind of have to.
What?
Yeah.
Not the door or anything else.
No, yeah, the wall. We broke a lot of shit in my house. Like a lot of shit. We have walls almost in every floor that have been broken.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. 3 boys is not the easiest task.
No, I definitely could imagine that.
I did try to stab my brothers once.
What the fuck? Okay, I gotta hear this story.
Well, there was 2 different occasions. One was with wooden swords, and we were fighting in the garage, and they were picking on me, and we like swung at each other, but he blocked it, and I had too much force, and I snapped my wooden sword, which pissed me off even further. And it was a good solid point that got broken off into. And then I chased I can't remember if it was my middle or oldest brother through the house, trying to stab him with my wooden sword.
What the fuck?
The other time, I just chased them around with a knife. They pissed me off too much.
Wait, whoa. Why the knife?
It was the closest object.
Okay.
My middle brother chased my oldest brother with a knife as well. We got some anger issues on my side.
Yeah, I can definitely tell.
I have the worst anger issues, but
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, Josh. And that's about all the time we got today. First off, thank you all for tuning in today and listening to Just a Bad Podcast and listening to Josh ramble on. And I'm going to try to calm him down now and try to get him to go to anger management and hope he doesn't kill me. How are you doing, Josh?
Hold on, you're gonna try to put me in anger management? Hold on, this is news to me, Nico. I'm just sitting here minding my business, trying not to break anything and resist the urge to punch my cement wall to my left. And now I find out you're sending my ass to anger management?
I mean, we should probably have a conversation about it.
Oh, I know. Maybe not today though.
Yeah. Okay, Well, if you don't hear me in the next episode, it's because Josh buried my body somewhere. But, anyways, join us next week as we go over all the weird shit that only happens in TVs and movies.
Have a good rest of your day.
I'll see you guys all later.